Daniels amid demolition spat. Governor Yusuf sacks 2 senior aides over suspected drug baron bail, palliative scandal. On the foreign scene, Ukraine will not cede land, Zelensky says, as Trump-Putin plan meeting. Good evening and welcome to the News at 7 on Western Spring Television. My name is Tomilola Daniel Adejumo. A former Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, Chief Audu Ogbe, is dead. According to a statement by the Ogbe family on Saturday, the elder statesman died peacefully this morning at the age of 78. The family described the former PDP national chairman as the man who departed peacefully, leaving behind a legacy of integrity, service, and dedication to the nation and community. It is close that details of the funeral arrangement will be communicated in due course, while expressing gratitude to friends, colleagues, and well-wishers for their prayers. Born in Otuko, Benue State, Ogbe entered into public service with his election to the Benue State House of Assembly in 1979, where he served as Deputy Speaker. He was subsequently appointed Federal Minister of Communications from 1982 to 1983 and Minister of Steel Development in the Second Republic until the coup of December 1983 halted his tenure. A founding member of the People's Democratic Party, Ogbe became national chairman of PDP from 2001 to 2005, famously taking a principled stand against former President Olusegun Obasanjo's third-term bid, a decision that ultimately led to his resignation. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu has paid tribute to a former Minister of Agriculture and ex-People's Democratic Party's national chairman, Chief Audu Ogbe, describing him as a patriot who believes deeply in the nation's potential. The family of the former minister announces that in a statement earlier on Saturday. In a statement by Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, the president said the late politician was a man of strong convictions who spoke the truth as he saw it. The president added that Ogbe's contributions to Nigeria's agricultural development, political stability, and democratic growth will remain indelible in the country's history. In the meantime, former President Chief Olusegun Obasanjo has expressed shock and sadness over the demise of the former PDP national chairman. Obasanjo, who is currently on a visit to Uganda, described the late minister as a peace-loving, unassuming, committed patriot and a firm believer in democracy and participatory governance. In another development, the Alara of Aramoko, Ekiti State, Obaolu Adegoke Adeyemi, is dead. The monarch, according to a statement released today by his family, died on Friday at the age of 82. In the release, the family praised his remarkable leadership, wisdom, and dedication to the welfare of his people. The late monarch, born December 4, 1942, was a teacher, non-civil servant, and sole administrator of the former Ife-Sowako local government before ascending the throne in 2009. He also served as Chancellor of Ekiti State University, where the family said he supported initiative to enhance educational standards and access for local students. The family added that funeral details will be announced later. Moving on, Ogun State government has dismissed allegation of political witch hunting from a former governor of the state and current Senator Otuba Benga Daniel, following the service of demolition notices on several of his properties. The government, in a statement issued on Saturday, insisted that the notices are part of a standard urban renewal and town planning audit exercise and not a personal vendetta. Development comes after the lawmakers' media office raised an alarm, accusing Governor Dapo Abiodun's administration of a malicious and vindictive abuse of power. Daniel's team claimed that the notices were issued on Friday, August 8, for his Shagamu private residence known as the Asolujero Court and his Conference Hotels Limited. In response, the state government, in a statement by the Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Kayode Akimade, debunked the claims, describing them as blatant distortion of fact. Akimade clarified that the notices were part of a development audit being conducted in the Shagamu and Ijebu government-received areas, an initiative which affected other property owners. The media aide added that instead of politicizing the issue, the former governor should follow due process. Turning to politics, the governor of Akwa Ibom State, Pastor Umo Eno, has called on the people of the state to support the re-election bid of President Bola Tinubu in 2027. The governor stated this during the Rise Town Hall and Empowerment Series in Uyo, the state capital, this evening. He noted that the state is united and they are uniting the state with the center to enjoy the dividend of democracy.
Politics is dynamic. Life itself is dynamic. We must understand the language of the times. And I want to thank Uyo and Uyo Federal Constituency, and indeed all Akwa Ibomites, for supporting that progressive movement to the APC. While we do not have quarrel with those that have chosen to remain, we have chosen to move forward. We are united as this broom. When you put the broom together and they are united together, can you break the broom? No! Is there anybody that does not have the broom in his house? All of us use broom to sweep. Even if you have a hoovering machine, you still have broom in your house. Broom is to sweep away dirty things. Broom is to keep the place clean. Yes. The symbol of the broom is a symbol of unity. And we are uniting Akwa Ibom with the center. Yes. So that we can get the dividend of democracy. We are uniting with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We are united with the distinguished Senator Godswill Obot. We are uniting the state with Pastor Umo Basi. We are uniting the state with all APC candidates. We keep marching forward. We keep going forward. And we keep bringing back to you the dividend of democracy. All of the projects that have been listed by your federal constituencies, all of the things we are doing is because this government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is giving us money to do the projects. And we must support him for a second term. Not be so. Not so. We must support him. We must support our son, the Senate President, to go back to the Senate.
Meanwhile, a former Ekiti State federal lawmaker, Senator Dayo Adeyeye, has said the death of former President Muhammadu Buhari will not affect President Bola Tinubu's chances in 2027. Senator Adeyeye, chairman of the board of Nigeria Port Authority and the former Minister of State for Works, said this while speaking with newsmen on Saturday in Lagos. He was reacting to commentaries made by some analysts that the Buhari factor aided Tinubu's victory in the 2023 elections and that his death would affect the presidency's chances in 2027. Speaking, Senator Adeyeye said conversations around the death of Buhari affecting Tinubu's votes in the north were based on faulty premises. The former lawmaker, who is also the national chairman, Southwest Agenda for Ashiwaju, said President Tinubu did not ride on the back of Buhari's popularity in the north during in 2023. On the rumored planned by Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State to contest against Tinubu in 2027, Adeyeye said if the rumor turned out to be true, Makinde standing against Tinubu would not have any consequence on the presidency's chances in the Southwest zone. Still with politics, Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology, Chief Uche Naji, has advised intending defectors to all Progressive Congress and Enugu State to perish the thought of automatic ticket or hijacking the party structure. Naji stated that the party will welcome intending defectors, but there wouldn't be an automatic ticket for anybody no matter how highly placed. Inaji stated this in Enugu during an expanded stakeholders meeting of the party, revealing that some persons who are described as politically displaced politicians have been running from pillar to post in Abuja, intending to defect to the APC and hijack the party through the back door. In what could be interpreted as a veiled reference to Governor Peter Mba's rumored interest in joining the party, the minister counseled intending defectors to perish the thought of automatic ticket, insisting that the party would receive them but subject everybody to primaries. In Kebbi State, the state chairman of the All Progressives Congress APC, Abubakar Kana, stated that the presence of the newly formed coalition party, the African Democratic Congress ADC, is of little relevance in the state. He noted that only a few immature youths are promoting the ADC as if it were a child's play. Kana made the statement during the flag-off ceremony for the distribution of fertilizer and other farm inputs by the member representing Bagudu, Suru, Federal Constituency, held in Kauja Town, Bagudu local government area. He emphasized that the APC remains the dominant political party in the state, adding that the state governor has performed excellently in his 2 years in office. The party chairman, however, expressed concern over the behavior of some APC members holding key positions in government, accusing them of neglecting their constituents. Away from politics, the Kano state governor, Abba Yusuf, has laid off 2 senior aides over the roles in the controversial bill of a suspected drug baron and the diversion of palliative grains. The action, announced in a statement today by the secretary to the state government, Alhaji Umar Farouk Ibrahim, followed damning findings from investigative committees that probe the separate cases. Abubakar Umar Sharada, senior special assistant on political mobilization, was shown the door after a special investigative committee found him to be mastermind behind securing bail for a suspected dangerous drug baron, Sulaiman Aminu Danwawu. The SSG revealed that the committee confirmed Sharada's culpability through his testimony, which establishes direct involvement in the process. In a separate case, the senior special assistant in the cabinet office, Tasiu Adamu Alamin Roba, was dismissed for allegedly rebargaining palliative grains in 2024 at a Sharada warehouse. The statement also warned members of the public against dealing with the sacked aides or on any matter concerning the state government. The chairman of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, Brigadier General Mohammed Buba Marwa, retired, has called for collective action involving families, religious, and community leaders to stem the tide of substance abuse, cultism, and banditry among Nigerian youth. Marwa made a call while delivering the keynote address at a seminar organized by the Ijebu Ode Council of Oloritons in Ijebu Ode, Ogun State today. According to Marwa, collective responsibility must be embraced by all stakeholders to curb the menace of the interlinked social vices of illicit drugs, cultism, and banditry. He said the triple threat of cult-related violence, rampant abuse of drugs, and illicit substances, and the challenge of banditry across various regions is a reality that must be dealt with decisively. Dwelling on how the NDLEA is responding to the challenge, Marwa said the agency has intensified its war against drug trafficking and abuse, noting that nationwide raids have led to significant seizures and arrests. The NDLEA bars further called for investment in youth development by creating opportunities for education, entrepreneurship, skills acquisition, stating that when young people find purpose and meaning, they are less likely to seek false validation from cults or drugs. Elsewhere, the federal government has appointed Professor Matthew Adamu as the new acting vice-chancellor of the University of Abuja, now Yakubu Gowon University. A statement by the acting registrar and secretary to council, Ruslan Adakayi, said Adamu takes over from Professor Patricia Manku-La, who was appointed for a 6-month tenure in acting capacity in February 2025. It will serve for 3 months, effective Monday, 11 August 2025. Adakaye noted that the new acting VC starts with supporting the governing council led by Senator Olanrewaju Tejosho to conclude the ongoing process for appointing a substantive vice-chancellor in line with statutory provisions and guidelines. She expressed the university's committee's sincere gratitude to Professor La for her dedicated service, leadership, and unwavering commitment to excellence and institutional progress. You're watching News at 7 on West Spring Television. Still to come. President Tinubu approves pension reforms for defined benefit scheme retirees.